Alright, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, the great millstone, and may peace and blessings be multiplied to the brothers around this globe, preaching this truth and sincerity, integrity, and charity. Alright. This is another impromptu about the King James Version in comparison with the other false versions. Because, personally, after the many different Bibles and versions that I've come across, I've come to find out that the closest thing to the King James Version is the authorized King James Version. And when I say closest thing, I mean it's saying the same thing, all right? Because anything that deviates slightly to the left, slightly to the right, slightly to the front or back can take away. You know what the scripture says about those that take away or add to the scriptures, right? So what the King James Version says is you got the King James Versions, the authorized King James Version, and the Gideon Bible. Now the Gideon Bible is something to it, because I done read certain Gideon Bibles that's been off, and I read other Gideon Bibles that's on par with the King James Version that said the exact same thing. But one of the things I do is I look up those color scriptures, because everybody tells you, you taught in this world, in this society, that all race and color doesn't matter. But when you actually wake up to the truth, you get to find out everything is based off who you are, especially being an Israelite. Okay, but you get to looking up those scriptures that really defines point blank period how the Lord look and how the children of Israel look. Like you get let me give an example. I like to do this anytime I pick up a Bible, and it's like it's like a little personal kicker, man. You could say anytime I pick up a version that I never heard of, or that's not the King James Version or the authorized or something, I like to go to Revelation 1:15. And the scripture, it says, King James Version says, "And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace." All right. And his voice as the sound of many waters. So it said fine brass as if they burned in a furnace. Okay. Now let's go to some other versions. Let's go to the NIV. You got the New International Version. It says his feet were like bronze glowing in a furnace, and his voice was like the sound of rushing waters. Now you can insinuate, that the Lord was a dark-skinned man from that scripture. But is it plain? The scriptures say make it plain upon tables. Now when you read that King James Version that say his feet was like brass, and then it was burned in the front, it ain't no way around that. But then you got bronze glowing, and come on now, all this shit. You got the New Living Translation. It said his feet were like polished bronze refined in the furnace, and his voice thundered like mighty ocean waves, all that stupid shit. All right. I'm not gonna get a lot. It's many translations, okay? But I'm just gonna get one more that we know about. You got the New American Standard Bible. His feet were like burnished bronze when it has been made to glow in a furnace, and his voice was like the sound of many waters. Come on now. All right. Now this is something that I haven't. This version was new to me, and it was terrible. This is the Weymouth or Weymouth, probably Weymouth, but it says the Weymouth New Testament. His feet were like silver bronze when it is white hot in the furnace, and his voice resembled the sound of many waters. So they just gonna make Yahushua white. They throwing that in there, talking about his feet were like silver bronze when it is white hot in the furnace. Come on now. But not only those scriptures, you got certain versions of the Bible where they actually took whole scriptures out. I'm not gonna go over them right now, but I'm gonna name some of them. You got like Matthew the 17th chapter 21st verse, the 18th chapter 11th verse, the 23rd. In total it's probably close to 20 scriptures that they blatantly just removed. I remember reading a scripture where it talks about Yahushua being the chief cornerstone. On another version I read, it said he was the capstone. Now the cornerstone is like the foundation of a structure. And we know the capstone is at the top, so they just totally, it was a total flip, all right? But I'm finna end pretty soon, but I just want to shed some light on that, you know, because this devil really trying to hide and keep this truth under them layers, right? But yeah, like I was saying, like when I get another, just to see what it says, I'll look up those scriptures. Like I'll look up Revelation 1:15, I'll look up Job 30:30, I'll look up Jeremiah 14:2, and you'll be surprised what it says, man. But it ain't like the King James Version or the Authorized King James Version, where it's like you can't get around, you just can't get around it being the Lord was a dark-skinned man, you know. But with that, I just want to say all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Once again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom. All right.